Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we'll be taking a look at Skyweaver. Now Skyweaver is among a crop of blockchain-based games looking to prove the value of digital scarcity in the gaming industry. Skyweaver is a collectible card game, a CCG, where players acquire cards for excelling that they can be traded like any other Ethereum-based assets. Now, the company creating it, Horizon Games, opened its final closed beta season, Season 1. Season 0, as millions in the US stay at home to combat the spread of the pandemic. Now, similar to Magic, The Gathering, Hearthstone, and a new entrant still in alpha from Kathleen Braithman's, Skyweaver is free to play, but Horizon is calling it play to earn. There will also be a revenue model for the company, with players being able to buy cards for the game's conducted deck mode. Horizon gave CoinDesk an invite to the preseason, and this reporter's record stands at 5-5. So the basic format of the game is much like other similar one-to-one game played with a deck of soldiers and spells. One difference, you are playing with a lead character, a hero, who is on the battlefield, and the goal is to keep that character alive longer than your opponent's heroes in turn-based format. As in other CCG titles, you use a resource, mana, to play these cards, and you get 1 unit more of its use each turn. One difference in play that Horizon Sanders emphasized was the fact that some cards have spells built into them, effectively making them 2 for 1. So once a card is played, you can also spend your resources activating a one-time effect built into the card, which allows for an entirely new gameplay dynamic. Skyweaver players can also choose one of two formats, Discovery or Constructed. They have to start playing Discovery, which provides a random deck of cards the players doesn't keep. Players can earn cards they can use later by playing and winning. Once a player has enough cards, they can choose from them to build a deck in the constructed settings. The 1,000 players who earn a gold card in Season 0 will actually be the top 500 in each of these two categories. Unlike Cozy's Tesos-based Emergence, Horizon hasn't committed to creating a software developer's kit to allow other developers to create new game formats. Horizon will decide which way of playing, such as 2-on-2 or all for 1. Now, because it's a card game at its core, you can actually summon creatures, cast spells, and bottle other Skyweavers to win new cards. So it's quite easy for a lot of people to learn, and it's very similar to Hearthstone, and it's deep and complex for game cards masters as well. So with this game, you're able to play casually or to compete to become the most legendary Skyweaver player. So it can actually be a very competitive game, and a game that's geared towards collectors. The card economics are not completely nailed down, so anything below could actually change. The company plans to put out a blog post soon articulating version 1.0 of the marketplace. So this is actually a very old article. This article is from last year, 2020. This was actually in March, almost 2 years old. So a lot of this information is obviously old. And a lot of this information could do with some updates. But that is why I do have the Horizon blog itself with some of the most recent updates in the ecosystem for this game. Now there'll be 3 kinds of cards. Silver cards, which are purchased from Horizon, and gold cards, which are most rare, and they'll earn best players. Now, silver and gold cards will be the same cards as the regular cards in terms of names and abilities, but they will be cosmetically enhanced, and the players actually own those cards. And silver cards should sell for something around $2 at the time of this writing. Now, there will be no fixed supply of these cards. Sanders said that once a silver card is created, it should always be for sale by Horizon. The company has created a peer-to-peer marketplace for exchanging the cards between players that serves as an automated marketplace. Gold cards don't have a fixed supply either, but they're limited at the pace that they can be released. Right now, The thinking is that the top players each week will earn a cryptocurrency called Weave, an ERC1155 token, and 500 Weaves can be used to mint a random gold card. Only something like 2,000 will be minted each week, and no one can control which cards can be minted. So on to additional information about this blockchain game. Horizon blockchain game raises 4.5 million for blockchain games like Skyweaver. And this article was actually published at the end of July this year, 2021. So this article is much more relevant to the subject we're talking about today. So the Toronto-based Horizon blockchain game views itself as both a game company and a Web3, the blockchain web, wallet and platform for blockchain technology. The funding comes from Bitkrav Ventures, CMT Digital, the exchange company, and it is quoted, "We have a lot of excitement around bringing on Bitkrav as an investor, deepening our relationship with CMT, who have been an investor since 2020, and this is really meaningful," said Michael Sanders, the co-founder of Horizon Blockchain Games. In an interview with GamesBeat, "We're excited to be one of their very first investments into the blockchain and Web3. Now, Horizon Blockchain actually got started in January 2018, and it launched its Skyweaver HTML5 based digital collectible card game in 2019 with a non-fungible token NFT a couple years before they exploded on the landscape actually. The game also has an iOS and Android version, and NFTs have exploded in applications such as art, sports collectibles, music, NBA Top Shots. A digital token on collectible basketball cards is one of the examples. Built by Dapper Labs, NFT Top Shots have surpassed 700 million in sales just 7 months after going public. An NBA digital collage by Arthur Beeple sold at Christie auction for 69.3 million. So gaming has a couple new unicorns or startups valued at 1 billion, and American brands and Fort NFTs are now selling at a rate of 62 million a week. Though the initial hype around NFT is dying down from a peak in May of 175 million a week, according to nonfungible.com. Now, on latest news that we've got on Skyweaver game, refreshment funds. Skyweaver leverages blockchain technology to give players complete control over their items and coins. With all this power comes increased responsibility and, in some scenarios, increased complexity, particularly when it comes to payments within Skyweaver. They're here to help, and they've got a simple article to explain this to everyone who's in need for help. Now, obviously, this is not financial advice. This is just public information that I'm relaying to you. But if you need help with this information, it's available on their website. So Skyweaver uses a stablecoin on the Polygon network called USDC to facilitate purchases in the game. You could read more about USDC and how Skyweaver market works in this blog post. Now, in this blog post, we provide some of the details about which devices can purchase USDC directly in-game using third-party payments providers. Even if you're completely new to cryptocurrency and blockchain, we've added the option to conveniently add funds using a debit, credit, or debit card. Plus, we can plan to support IPAs, aka Apple and Google in-app purchases in the future to make this process even easier. And what they've got here is basically a simple explanation, a walkthrough on how this can actually work. And they've even got a video to go with that as well if you need some help on how to buy USDC on Polygon with MoonPay. Once again, not financial advice, but they do have this information available if you need this help. Skyweaver uses the Polygon blockchain network. If you acquire crypto on third-party exchange, please check whether they support the withdrawals of tokens to the Polygon network to avoid additional fees. And this is basically a disclaimer that they want you to understand quite well. So what is Polygon? I've made videos on Polygon before, but for anyone who don't know what Polygon is, this can possibly explain it to all of us. Polygon is what's called a EVM compatible sidechain that is connected to the Ethereum network. Every Ethereum wallet address can be used on Polygon addresses. However, assets need to be bridged, moved from network to network in order for them to show up. In the Sequence wallet, this is handled automatically. For the third-party wallet like MetaMask, networks need to be manually switched. So in additional news, a new cycle patch, 81. This is basically where they add new features and they're here to announce it to everyone who's interested to listen. So new features, New Contestants Island, individual statues will light up depending on the match number of conquests. Added flavor text to every card. It's visible in-game and in-card, the detail page along with the artist's name. And as for new art, updated icons, splash images across the game and mobile app. Our cards frames have been enhanced to increase readability. So that's really good. And you can see for yourself everything that they're describing in this blog post and how they're enhancing the game in various graphical ways to improve enjoyability for everyone who uses this game. So all players' progression, level, XP, season, ranks, placements, stats, and unlock base cards will now be permanent. All tradable items acquired will be permanent. Now additionally, they have plenty of other blog posts, suggested hardware, switching mainnet, soft launch is live, that was the 4th of November. And they've got some older articles dating a bit further back, October, September, and onwards, that are helpful if you need any more information on Skyweaver. But for now, hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more. You can obviously see that they've got Discord, they've got Twitch. They've got a lot of ways to connect with them and keep up to date with what they're doing. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like, leave a comment, and let me know, is there anything that I missed in this video? You can also join our Discord service. A link is in the description below. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.